Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bourbon Street Blues. I am a wonderful person who is being kind and loving to all of the people around me. I will be playing Artish here tonight, and this time we will start with Aiden. Who are you playing tonight?
Well, I'm Kira, and I will be playing. I will be playing Aiden.
We're supposed
For
to talk about
tonight.
Aiden. You're supposed to tell people who Aiden is.
Oh, there's a lot to be discovered about Aiden. Aiden's a bit of a mystery, but who knows? There may be a
Tinder
bit more.
profile, very short Tinder profile. Aiden.
Yeah, very short, maybe 2 lines max. You know what I mean? You gotta look off to the distance, make sure you give that light skin stare. You know, that light skin stare.
All right, Cedric. Cedric, you're up next.
Oh snap. Recap me out for a while, but I made myself a little rat hole and I snuck back in here. Well, what's up, everybody? It's Ursa Ringer, back on ReeRoles. He don't love me no more, but it's okay. I'll be finding a way in here. I will this evening be playing the Ventru, Cedric Donahue, a guy from the northeast corner of the Americas, made his way down made his way down here to Louisiana on business. He's got to make his little edge in with the franchise selling donuts. But while he's here, he's been wonderful enough to meet a group, you know, settle down, learn some things, get the lay of the land before we start taking over. You know how big business do.
Hashtag Team Rich Kids.
Sure, Hank you're up next.
Oh yeah, I'm playing Hank. Not the tank. No, he's not that big. But he is a private detective, and he's got a bit of a checkered past, and he doesn't know how he became a vampire, but he also doesn't believe he's a vampire, or that vampires exist. And so keep watching to find out how that goes.
All right, last but certainly not least, Ari.
Hi, I'm Ari. I am not playing a character tonight. I am just sitting here and watching all of these shenanigans happen because this is my form of joy.
All right, sure, that's okay. All right, and with that, without further ado, I leave the story to your hands.
So, we begin another night in the city of New Orleans. The day has passed yet again, uneventful for all of you kindred who is resting peacefully in your havens for the night. But um, as the sun sets, can everyone please make me their rouse check?
I'm on it, dearest storyteller.
9.
Oh, Cedric got hungrier. Okay.
Yep, same here. So I'm definitely going to feed before I go out.
The need
Oh, yeah.
to feed.
It's time to get some grits. Let's go.
I am at hunger 2.
2 for Ardashir.
Do I have some still intact donuts?
Uh, shall we share with the class what you've been up to?
Yeah, you know, after we had our talk with Ardashir's sire, and everyone was more relieved to learn the origin of these mysterious confections that Cedric got connections to be receiving to help slake his vampiric hunger so he can conduct business without such distractions. He also has been taking the supply to see if he can reverse engineer it and make it for himself. And through a series of roles behind the scenes, and thanks to our lovely storyteller, Cedric is successful.
However,
It,
you have to eat 2 donuts to equal the effect of 1
correct.
point of blood, but yes, you do still have a couple donuts left from your initial test group.
So the batch I initially received from our benefactor is kaput, and now it's just Cedric's supply.
You still have some that you have received from your supplier.
All right, first in, first out. That's food service 101. Get
Yes,
one of
you're
those donuts.
you're able to eat one of the donuts.
All right, we back down to hunger one. Yay.
And Kira, Aiden, you wanted to do something?
Oh yes. Anytime Aiden wakes up and the beast decides to take a little deeper to the hunger area, Aiden always attempts to satisfy that hunger by going on a hunt with Baloo. So I'm going to go ahead and roll my hunter, my farmer hunter roll.
Mhm.
Two, 3, 4, 5 successes. So yeah, good.
Oh yeah, you're able to find the lady.
Okay, so back to hunger one.
So as you guys meet up for the night at Ardashir's Casino of all places, Cherie is not here tonight. You all got the message that she had to go meet with somebody and would be uh joining up with you guys tomorrow night. Aiden is still planning the gala event. You have for tonight had to push it back because you ran into a supply issue with some catering services, which they are working to correct. Um,
Did we get a manifest or a listing of all the clientele, both mortal and supernatural alike, who will be attending the gala? Just so we could prepare.
you would have gotten one from Amelia.
Okay. All right. I guess I would definitely take a look over that list just so we can prepare ourselves on who will be attending, just to be on the safe side.
On the list so far is a couple of city council people who are particularly dealing with social, the social programs that the city runs. You also have a couple of heads of charities around the city who have been invited to join. There has also been a couple of advocacy groups that have been invited to join as well. On the supernatural side, you have received a RSVP from Jacob Reinhardt, the Toreador council member. You have also received one from Victoria LaBelle, the Hakata member of the council. And that
Okay.
is on the kindred side, that is all that you have received so far. Amelia says she is going to double check and see if Andy can make it because Andy was invited. But that is so far who you have received RSVPs from.
All right. I would definitely um, look over the listing, and when I see the point of interest clientele, definitely take note of those and make sure we can obtain certain items at the auction that kind of leans towards their interest. Um, is there What do we know about Jacob and Victoria? Like things that they like, where they feel like I'm presuming they have a larger pocketbook. Have they been showed to like certain interests that is kind of like well versed, or do I need to have someone do some research to see what they like?
You would need to do some research because you're not around them all the time. Make me a let's do wits and insight or wits and streetwise.
I think my insight is definitely better that one. Yeah, definitely better that one. Okay, what's it? Insight you said?
Yes.
3 successes.
So Victoria is a little bit more of a mystery to you, just because the Hakata, even in the Anarch City of New Orleans, still is heavily independent. She really is there out of kind of ceremony, because the Hakata do contain a large presence within the city. Um, Jacob, on the other hand, is a little bit easier to pin down because he is a Toreador and is a little bit more flashy with his likes. He has a certain fondness for old books.
Ooh. Okay.
It doesn't really matter the genre, he just collects random old textbooks.
Okay. That is good to know.
If anyone hears rustling, I'm having to remove a bag from my cat.
No touch.
But tonight you guys are meeting at Ardashir's Casino, the Court. Ardashir, please describe your casino for us.
It is lavish. It has a slight kind of 1920s feel to it, that kind of up and active while also being very formal in dress. It is very he is very serious about dress code and dress code requirements. And it is very pointedly designed so that way you once you enter you cannot see outside of the ship, and it creates this kind of almost hypnotic atmosphere where it becomes very easy to lose track of time.
Excellent, excellent. So as you all arrive for the evening, you guys know that on Ardashir's casino, you are able to have a special room where you guys can meet and talk in private. Aiden, are you bringing Baloo with you, or is Baloo staying in the car?
Blue will probably stay in the car. I mean, I'm not. Tigers enjoy water, so on many occasions, but the ship probably wouldn't be the best place for Blue.
Hank and Cedric. Hank, tonight when you woke up and you double checked your investigation area, Luann is back to burning her nonsensical supply of candles that she has within her. A couple of your employees are giving you the please send us out to do something so we are not here inundated, but the assault of 10,000 candles sent to their olfactory system.
Luann.
Yes, Hank.
Have there been any new messages from clients or prospects that have come in?
Oh, just the usual. Let's see here. We have a another cheating case. Well, a cheating case. Not quite sure if this needs to be our bread and butter, but it happens to often be our bread and butter. But we have Mrs. Jefferson again is wanting to have us locate her dog again. For some unknown reason, she has still not fixed the hole in the fence where he keeps getting out. Although I don't know how far a three-legged Papillon can get away from the house. But she's like handing you files as she's sitting there.
All right. Well, remind me later. We need to start doing some more outreach and perhaps get a few more higher quality clientele. If the best we're getting is escaped dogs, that's not really going to cut it long term.
No, I can put up an advertisement again. When we put the billboard up, remember we got that really interesting theft case.
What happened to the billboard? We took it down?
You told me to keep it up for 3 months, and then when I asked you about it, you kind of were non-committal with your response. So I just decided, instead of paying the money and you getting mad at me, I just kind of took it down. Do you want me to put the billboard back up? Because I still got the money saved back.
Well, would you say that while the billboard was up, business was busier, or not? No change.
we were busier, but we also weren't chasing down uh cheaters and three-legged papillons.
Well, that's okay. Cheaters are fine. But three-legged papillons ain't paying the bills that much. So I would think let's get the billboard back up, and maybe workshop it with some of the boys and see if they got any inputs as to what they think may make it even better this time. If last time's design was good, I'm sure we can improve on it a little bit, and then let's get some of these. Let's get some of the folks out of here. People will be sitting around here. They're getting stir crazy. They need to get out and get to doing something. So why don't we get people on all the stuff we have available?
All right. Well, who do you want on the dog and photographic again?
Well, I think Bobby, go find that dog. Um, and Boomhauser, you can handle the pictures if you want. Yeah.
There you go, Boomy. Bobby, just so you are aware, she says the color has been changed. It is now pink with rhinestones on it. So, if you don't see the dog, you'll at least see the glitter off of all those rhinestones. There you go, Bobby.
I always get the dog cases.
The rhinestones always get in my eyes.
Well, don't worry, Bobby. One of these days, when you've proven that you can handle yourself a little bit better, maybe we'll get you on something a little bigger here with Boomhauser. But for now, we gotta take what we got, okay? So I don't want to hear no complaining. Go find that dog.
Okay, Dad.
And Bobby does take his case and go slinking on. Oh, and I did get a call, something from one of your friends saying something about you need to meet them on a casino. I really don't think you should be gambling, at all, given the circumstances.
What? Well, I wasn't planning on gambling, but what circumstances are those?
The economy.
Oh well, all right then. Yeah, no, don't you worry, Luann. I'm not gonna be doing no gambling. Just gotta meet up with some folks. Maybe, hopefully, if I'm lucky, it'll lead to some more work.
Well, hopefully, cause I'm tired of these lazy cases. But I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna go file some things.
All right, thanks, Luann. You have a good day.
You too, sir. Uh, and Cedric, as you are leaving your donut store, make me a wits and awareness roll.
It has begun again. You got it. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this goes well. 2 successes.
2 successes. Upon exiting the back of the donut store, you do not see anyone. You did spend the early portion of the previous night entirely trying to shake a certain person who will absolutely not stop bothering you given every chance. But you do not see her tonight.
And due to that paranoia, he will willpower re-roll this.
Go ahead, you can re-roll 3 dice.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. Let's roll. It's now 3 successes.
You take another look around the area, you still do not see her.
Well, he is going to see if he can text his sire, just a formal text, to let her know that he is going to be instrumental in helping put this gala on, and that there will be important people in the area that will be there, just so that she's abreast of the situation and she can know how good I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, help move along that special paperwork, I've been trying to work toward this whole time, maybe she could expedite it, actually sign it this time, because I do good work.
You do, you do. You are able to text her, and after a few moments, you do get a text back from Miss Dior, um, who simply responds with, "If you do a good job, perhaps I can get you that assistant you have been asking for."
Cedric fist pumps, silently looks around to make sure nobody saw him do that. And he is going to, of course, head toward our boat casino.
Mhm, mhm. Ardashir, what have you been doing for the early part of your night?
Well, first, I would like to make some changes. I would like to do some flesh crafting.
Well, yes,
But
yes, you may do so. You may do so.
so I am. First, I will make a flesh crafting roll.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
let's do that. All right, so I can make 3 changes if that's okay with you.
You are welcome to make those 3 changes. What are you changing for
All right,
tonight?
I am going to make myself look prettier.
You are able to do so.
Hold on. I have to make another roll. There are rules for this.
But
I'm
here's a
gonna
question:
surge my dex
Ree, do
too.
you feel pretty?
You know, that's a difficult question to ask sometimes.
We'll see how the roll goes.
Okay, wait. Let me re-roll 3 dice with my willpower.
Is the name of the channel.
Alright, yep, that'll be enough to improve my looks to stunning from normal. Then I guess I'll boost my strength, keep my strength at 1. Alright, anything else?
No,
Any other rolls
no,
you need me to do?
no, no.
Alright,
You are
then
looking even more stunning than you normally do.
great. I would like to spend my time doing some hunting because I'm a little hungry.
You are welcome to do so. Go ahead and make me your hunting roll.
Right. 3 successes.
Sure, you're able to get some food.
Alright. And then after that, he will just spend his time going throughout the ship, just entertaining people, being a present host, making sure everything is going by smoothly.
Excellent, excellent. The casino is practically doing as well as it usually does on those nights. The atmosphere is fun, relaxed. People are happy and enjoying themselves. Amir has been doing his patrol through the area just to ensure that you do not have any troublemakers on the lot. When he sees you, he kind of gives you like a subtle nod of everything is good. No problems here. Um, at this time is when your companions start to arrive.
Did Aiden bring his tiger with him?
You do not see
Do
the
I
tiger.
see an animal? Good.
I mean, the tiger's in the car, but yeah, he didn't bring him on a boat.
It's not on the boat. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's now a very large no animals or pet sign on the front of the casino.
That is pure
Specifically
spite.
says tigers underlined.
Yeah.
Baloo didn't even do nothing.
Right?
Oh,
For shame. For shame.
No big ass cats.
Ardashir will make his way over to his new companions.
upon Cedric arriving, is Amir still with you?
No, he would be taking care of other things.
Got it. Well, you're going to see Cedric squint at you for a second. You get a new haircut?
No, should I change my hair a bit as well? I was going for the K-pop look, I believe the kids are calling it, and they tend to go with the shorter, more straight hair.
Ah, you sound like my son, but whatever. You're looking good tonight, sir.
Of
Slide me
course.
some skin, figuratively.
I am happy to see that you are doing well tonight.
You know, good business is good business, and I'm in a good mood when it's good business.
Oh, come with me. I will take you to a more private room.
Come live with me, and won't you be? Nah, I won't say it. We gonna get struck.
Aiden gently smiles as they look around at the location, pulling on their suit as they follow suit. Does anyone seem to be holding their brick of cocaine with them, or is there not a sight? No.
Did Hank bring along the brick of illicit substance?
The brick, the powder.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
No,
Yep.
no. Hank's not traveling around in public with big bricks of illicit substances.
Good, excellent, good.
Just making sure, just looking around. We'll talk about it in a second, but just was curious if perhaps the brick was out and visible for people to see.
No,
Hank's
no.
like, Hank has a strange white powdery mustache.
Like, why are your eyes dilated again? What happened?
Got
Hey
it.
guys,
Stop,
so many lights. This is great.
You're all pupils right now. Okay. Oh, I know what happened.
Once we arrive, Artist will shut the door and make sure that it is locked and the sound isolation features are in place. I assume you all have not come to see me for pleasure.
What? We can't just be friends that just call in for a visit. You ever had a family gathering? Come on, man.
You did not call before coming, and the three of you together typically are. You all don't typically run in the same social circles, we'll say.
Aiden looks at the other two and says, well, not fully, but I mean...
I get along with you.
Exactly. It's ancillary. And to be honest, we're all on, have a certain level of, what's the right word to use? Revenue, per se. So it would be very suitable for us to overlap in our social circles.
This man just said, yo, we should get along. We're friends because we're rich.
Yes, pretty much.
That ain't the most white collar. Why shouldn't we hang out together? We're rich.
Right, exactly. Like, I own a zoo. Like, I mean...
There are more to this world than just accruing money.
Of course. But I will say,
Keep saying that.
I will say the reason why I wish to meet is because I was able to gather some information regarding the items we discovered in the warehouse. It seems that the containers that we found belong to the ministry. And will most likely being used for whatever the ministry does with their side of the spectrum. I return mines after discovering who they belong to, as I do not wish to impose or any possible issue that they may be pursuing. But yes, it seems that those items we discovered did belong to them.
Storyteller.
Yes.
May I make some sort of check to see how much Cedric knows?
About
The
Ministry?
how is it you just said and then it slips my mind? That's tragic.
The ministry?
The ministry, thank you.
sure. Make me either intelligence and politics or intelligence and streetwise.
Okay. It'll probably ended up being intelligence and streetwise. Let me check. Oh, they're about even. But yeah, intelligence, streetwise then.
Okay.
Da-da. Da-da. Just one die less from the previous pool. 2 successes.
2 successes. You know that the ministry holds a decent presence in the city. Um, they operate various nightclubs and other sometimes more seedier um venues within the city. They occasionally have come up against Toreador territory, and there is a little bit of tension there. Um, but also you have heard from your contact that they are also knee deep into some illicit trade and own the docks.
Oh boy. Well, I didn't know you guys was having a tangle with big shipping.
That wasn't the purpose. We went there to try to uncover what may have taken place regarding Hank's. And look towards Hank's because he remembers Hank's full blown denial of him being a vampire. He was Hank's transformation sorts, and upon discovering, upon looking into the ship, the warehouse, we came across those substances. I was hoping that they may provide more information on what happened to Hank, but it seems like they were. It was just a byproduct of just being there.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger. It's just I didn't know he was coming back with souvenirs.
Well, I returned mine. If you all wish to keep yours, that is entirely your prerogative. But since they belong to the ministry, I do not wish to tangle with them. So I returned mine to the location.
What you guys even find?
Well, it was. He looks around, makes you towards Ardershire. Has Ardershire ever indicated that the room that they were located in was soundproof? Or just
Probably at some point. It's probably something. We would have had opportunities to speak in similar rooms before.
Okay. When he takes a look at the room, just to give a second glance, make sure that it's soundproof or as soundproof as it can be, he will look towards Cedric and say, well, for those along mortal kind, there was cocaine. And then each of the items contained a vial of substance that seemed to elicit responses that affect us, in fact. Hank decided to partake in one of the items and was like something I saw in college, to say the least. So they are doing both sides
You
of the
got into
spectrum.
powdered sugar?
No. I haven't had powdered sugar in a long time. Wouldn't touch the stuff. Terrible.
I mean, you know time's kind of relative, so
Just
Hey,
concerning
literally saw
that
you.
it works on you at all. Well, that is neither here nor there, I suppose.
So just a forewarning, whatever you wish to do with the bricks that you obtain is entirely your prerogative. I just wish to inform you of where the origin came from, and I've done that. So
well, it ain't my bricks. It's canonical laugh. Oh my god. Takes back, kicks feet up, starts swiping on his.
Put your feet down, Mr. Donahue.
Come on, you got the great suite. You got the #1 suite. You can't even kick
You
your feet up.
know the rules. I'm running in a quality establishment here.
So what? Nobody can kick their feet up?
No.
Ah, potty pooper. Everybody's got to sit ramrod straight like it's school all over again. I got to be in the learning position in order to drop coins in here.
Etiquette is important no matter where we are, Mr. Donahue.
I can't slouch as I bet on blackjack.
Have any of you made any headway into finding out who was responsible for Hank's condition?
I may have a contact that is a bit more familiar of the warehouse during that time frame. The first individual I reached out to was not around during the events that took place, but she did give me a point of contact to reach out to who did exist during that area. So I will plan to most likely reach out to her either today or tomorrow, just to take a visit and see if there's some information she may have.
All right. Then it sounds like that we have taken care of most of our issues. So if you all wish to enjoy yourselves in the casino, feel free to do so.
Hold on. I got to make sure I'm sitting ramrod straight first.
Aiden gently pats Cedric's on the shoulder and says, I appreciate the gesture, but Baloo is waiting for me outside in the car, so if you will, it's a pleasure.
All right.
All right. Let me know if you need anything, Aiden.
I will. We will
I
need
can slide
to...
you some donuts.
Well, thank you. I do have a list of some of the individuals who are planning to attend the gala. We have some nice members of city council members. So that's a plus. We have some heads of charities as well as advocacy groups. And then for our side of the spectrum, we have Victoria Label and Jacob Reinhardt, that has RSVP'd for the event. So we have some larger pocket individuals that will be going well for this charity that we're creating.
Cedric's slowly nodding as you're going down the list. And then when you get to a specific point, he narrows his eyes. What kind of advocacy groups?
Ari?
The advocacy groups are ones that advocate for policies that will benefit the disenfranchised within the city, mostly the homeless community, advocating building more places where they can live and stay, you know, turning some of the more abandoned buildings, renovating them, turning them into housing and that sort of stuff.
Any names? Like any specific names for the groups?
Cecilia Locklear is the one who has officially RSVP'd, but she did put down she is bringing a +1.
Uh-huh.
And she's part of the advocacy group, right?
Yes, she is the public face for Hope's Hollow.
I'm gonna need you to type that name out for me, pretty please.
Oh.
Just so I don't butcher it later. Thank you.
Oh, I was close for the...
And disclaimer, Ursaringer has no qualms against those that are currently disenfranchised in their stage of life. Cedric got problems.
Yeah, Cedric has issues. Cedric got issues. That's why we're trying to make a change for the better. Is it going to work? Who knows?
Cedric wrinkles his nose if you inform him of the nature of these advocacy groups.
Is there something wrong?
I mean, it'll look good.
well, well, yes. The purpose is at least is to provide a positive front, even if it's not something you currently feel at the moment. You, by presenting this image to the outer public, it gives you a better eye for you to be able to migrate with them, talk with them, because everyone is has their advantages of sorts, even the disenfranchised. So, if you wish to, of course, I'm not saying that you need to change your mindset for these individuals. Hopefully, you will over a period of time. But at least with this charity in place, it gives you a new first impression.
Look at you being the diplomat, Aiden. All right, I'm going to play ball. You know, gotta look good, not just representing myself. But hey, if they start some problems, I'll be making some calls.
That is a fair point. We do need to make sure our security is well tightened. But that's a good point. We'll take that to advisement. Adreshir, Hank, if you two have any recommendations for the gala, upcoming gala, I'm all ears.
Well, I'm not much of a partier, but I imagine it'll be a good networking opportunity. Perhaps we can find some folks that need some things doing. You know, I've always got hands available to help people solve problems, and well, lately they haven't been very busy.
Would you mind having them attend our gala for security measures? As Cedric was stating, we could always have additional hands on deck to make sure nothing gets out of control. And we will gladly pay you in this endeavor.
Well,
I
I mean,
am sure that you all will take care of things that you need to deal with. However, I'm afraid I must leave you. It appears there is something that needs my immediate attention.
What else is new? He tells us we can't get comfortable. That says I'm a bounce. Y'all do all the busy work. I'm too pretty for it.
You are welcome to join me, Mr. Donahue.
Well, has it ever occurred to you that I got things to do too?
You forgive me for my assumptions.
I'm just pulling your leg out of shit. You got to do what you got to do. If you're talking to that lovely sire, please give
Be
her my sincere
careful.
regards. Look, someone's jumping the gun.
Artisha will leave.
Jeez, he's cranky. You what? Did he want a donut? We had donuts.
Bit different. You just had to find a way to reach the island. That's all. And this is what this exercise is about. Helping you to cross boundaries that you may not have thought into consideration before. Now, Archer is a bit easier because he's a coterie mate, so But people are different. Individuals are different. Archer, of course, has been around for quite a bit of time, so his perspective is quite a bit different from ours. So
He's allergic to compliments. I'll make a note.
possible. Hey, my apologies. I think you were interrupted. What were you stating regarding security detail?
Oh, nothing much. I'm a little surprised that this gala being run by some other folks wouldn't already have their own. But if they need some assistance with security, then we'd be more than happy to provide some with that, assuming it's necessary.
To clarify, the gala is actually being ran by myself and Cedric. We are the two that are attempting to throw this in lieu of assisting Cedric's public image per se.
Oh, well, I was not clear on that. So, yeah. I mean, if y'all think that you're gonna draw some prying eyes, then or some unwelcome visitors, then yeah, I mean, we can definitely help out keeping things quiet, or at least as quiet as you want them to be.
It's always possible. A big portion of this gala is a auction house, an auction sale, which will have high price items, again to help towards the charity. And so there could always be danger involved. Someone unfortunately decided to have sticky figures and doing malicious attempts regarding our items. So additional security is always a pleasure.
Oh well, we would not want that now, would we? That would be a damn shame. Well, can't have no sticky fingers out. Yeah, no, I mean, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Just tell me what you guys need.
Exactly. We will again love to hire your as many individuals as you can afford. And of course, we would definitely help fit the bill on the establishment. Whatever it needs, whatever your services require, and whatever equipment you need, we can have that arranged.
Well, just let me know the details of the when and the where, and we'll get all that figured out.
Of course, we would definitely inform you of that. AKA, what's with Ari? Let us know. Let us know when it takes place. All right. So, in that case, I do need to return to my estate. But if you all want to do anything, please let me know.
Was anyone going to be accompanying Artis here? He did say that you guys could come with him if you wanted to.
Not with that attitude.
No,
Well,
Ada was actually planning on visiting his sire after this. So
Okay.
well, Hank's got nothing else to do. Hank doesn't mind joining Artisher. He finds Artisher rather interesting as a fellow magician.
fellow magician.
So Hank would go with him.
The fellow dabbler of the dark arts.
Cedric, what are you doing tonight?
You know what? Nah, Cedric's here on business. He's definitely going to see if he can double back to his shop
Mm-hmm.
and see if he's got to start taking some security measures for his new formula.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be his priority. He would be doubling back, making sure he's got that in a location that he believes is extremely secure.
Okay. Cool. So we are splitting the party.
Yeah, we gonna die.
Perfect. This is great. Artist here and Hank. We will start off with you two. Unbeknownst to your coterie mates, you did receive a message from your sire's retainer, Thalia, who asked you to go in to look into one of her contacts within the city, a young member of your clan known as Iman. She has not heard from her in a couple of days and is a bit concerned. You have inside knowledge of your sire to know that this is also one of her descendants. So she has tasked you to go and look into her because as you are her childer, she trusts you to do so.
Artish is going to fleshcraft himself to replace the improvements to his appearance to make himself stronger.
You are able to do so.
Wonderful. And he's bringing Amir with him as well.
Amir is already, as you are heading towards where your car is, you see Amir is already there. And he has the back of the... Apologies, my cat has decided to cause chaos on my desk. Has also have the back of the SUV up and looks like he is loading in a very, very large black dog that you know um is owned by your sire.
Be on your best behavior here, Hank, but it is entirely possible that things will become unpleasant.
Well, hopefully. What kind of unpleasantness would you be expecting?
I don't know. We will have to discover it once we arrive at where we are going.
Well, all right then. Don't worry, I won't stir the pot.
Good.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
So we'll get inside the car.
You see, Amir is already in his seatbelt buckling. As he kind of looks towards you, ready to see if you are going to, or when you get settled.
We are going. We need to be as quick as possible. Make sure to. Be careful. Make sure that the dog is fine.
You see he kind of looks at you, like both of his eyebrows raised as he looks towards the dog in the back of the vehicle, like the expression is fully of, are you seriously concerned with that dog of all of us in this vehicle?
The consequences to losing something that belongs to her would be dire for all of us.
Nope, that's fair. That is fair. He puts the car into gear and drives off. It takes you guys about 30 to 40 minutes to get fully across town to where Iman has her haven located. It is a used bookstore that she runs during the evening. Usually it is open, but it is currently closed. And as you guys step out, the street is still fairly busy. There are people wandering around in the other shops. There's like an ice cream parlor across the street, and as well as like a diner and stuff down the corner. Amir kind of like looks at you and goes, "This could be a problem."
Be prepared for anything. Looking around, is there anything that strikes me as unusual, weird? Any people paying too much attention to anything?
Make me a wits and awareness roll.
Oof, I'm not good at those rolls.
Can Hank do the same since he's, here and probably looking around, trying to make sure that we don't get eaten or,
Yes,
well, not
yes.
eaten, but, shot by somebody.
Yes, Hank can do the same.
Don't worry, buddy. I've got eyes too. Allegedly.
I have 6 successes and a messy critical.
Perfect.
4 successes, so definitely not that many.
So Hank, we'll start with Hank first. Hank, the street looks fairly normal. You don't clock with your expertise in surveillance. You do not see anybody who looks like they are surveying this building or this location. The store in and of itself looks like it's kind of a little dusty. Looks like, either somebody has not been keeping up with house, or it is a little, or it's been a little bit since anybody's done any cleaning. Ardashir, you notice all the same, except for you who have known Aman before. This is very unusual. Where most of your clan does prefer to keep, their living quarters neat and well organized as a like representation of themselves to the outward of people. Iman takes it a step further to almost the point of OCD. Like the fact that you see any specks of dust on the window whatsoever is enough to set off your inner beast. Um, to resolve this messy crit that you have received, for the duration of this scene, you are focused on finding her.
Cool. Get the dog. And Ardashir is going to, without even realizing it, his eyes are going to turn the dark crimson red of the beast, and he's going to activate Eyes of the Beast, and he's going to make his way over to the door, and he is going to I guess he's just going to open it.
The door is locked, but as you try the door handle, you hear Amir kind of does one of his little whistles and tosses you a set of keys as he's getting the big dog out of the back that you know whose name is Salima.
He is going to take the key and open the door the correct way, and step inside. He's going to take off the very nice suit jacket he was wearing and just toss it at the door, then head on in.
You are able to do so. Hank, are you following suit or are you staying in the car?
Yeah, no, I'm following suit. I've got it. You said it's kind of dark here, right? Or
Yes, it is dark.
okay, well, Hank's gonna get out his. He's got a mag light he carries on him, and he rubs a little something on the lens as he's getting out of the car and going inside.
Perfect. You inside this bookstore, the building in and of itself is kind of narrow. So the bookstore, as you walk into it, the shelves are almost directly to your right-hand side with the small checkout area on your left by the window. During the day, it is usually still in operation, with Iman's ghoul being the one who runs the store. There is no sign of the ghoul either. The books, of course, have the shelves don't look to be disturbed. You can see on the cash register area behind the not where the patron would stand, but behind, looks like there is a box that is open that has other books inside of it. Looks like they were in the process of restocking.
Do I smell blood anywhere?
Make me another wits and awareness roll.
I'm also still not good at this roll.
It is fine. It is fine. It is fine.
Can I two successes? Can I roll my resolve, please?
Yeah, I will permit you to roll resolve.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. Let me re-roll with resolve and awareness. Hold on.
There you go.
Hold on. I thought it's only 3 successes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to spend a point of willpower. Ooh, 7 with a crit.
7 with a crit. Perfect. As you are walking into the bookstore, it is a faint whiff of blood coming from what appears to be a lower level within the store, which usually buildings in New Orleans do not have a basement because it is prone to flooding. But you gather that Iman probably had one built for herself because, again, as a kindred, she does not seem to care if, she doesn't need to breathe. At the same time that you get the whiff of the blood, Salima behind you lets out a very low growl as Amir is taking off her leash.
Hank's gonna draw his
my
gun.
way down. Go ahead.
Perfect.
Hank's got his gun and his flashlight out. He's ready. Let's tango.
Perfect. As you are heading towards the back where the employees are, you can see Salima kind of gets up near you with her nose to the ground, and she's smelling along behind you, almost kind of to the side, like she's tracking. And you can see that there is a hatch in the back area where there's like a small like break room area with like a microwave, a mini fridge that looks rather neat. More of an inventory area with some more boxes on it. And even like a small hold section area where it looks like they put some books on hold. The door down is closed.
I am going to rip it open.
Make me a strength and brawl roll.
Could I do strength and resolve instead?
No.
Can't have nothing.
He's really he's giving it all his gusto, you know. He's not brawling with it. He really believes in it.
I'm gonna spend a point of willpower.
You could spend another point of willpower.
Open the door. I got a dog, bro. You gonna let me in the door, bro? I'm gonna punch it down, dog. I got a dog.
Oh, 4.
4. You are able to pull the hatch open. And the stairs down are also equally dark.
I have eyes of the beast, so I'm gonna keep it going.
Downstairs, is as you go down, the entry area looks like just any other entry area with another door that is left open. On the outside of the area, you can see what looks like a shoe rack had been placed there, as well as like a coat rack right next to it. You would guess that this is Amon's living quarters. And as you get down into the basement proper, with Salima hot on your heels, you can see splatters of blood on the coat rack and the wall.
Well, this isn't good.
It is not.
You think your friend's okay?
I don't know. Stay close. Artists are continuing forward.
Let me, okay. While Ardashir is doing that, Hank's gonna, is there enough blood for Hank to use a taste for blood on?
Yes, there is.
Let me just see who this is real quick. He's not going to actually say that out loud. He's going to try to get an idea of who this is, because this way, if we see multiple blood sources, he'll be able to be like, hey, this is different people. Shit, I forgot what the roll is for that.
Resolve plus blood sorcery versus a difficulty of 3.
Gotcha. Okay. Whoop, whoop. 3 successes.
3 successes. You hit the difficulty on. Because you have succeeded, you can tell that once the blood hits your tongue, this blood belongs to a ghoul. You can determine the resonance and intensity of the blood. The resonance, let me pull up my resonance list, because I don't often look at this, and I keep forgetting you have a taste of blood.
I guess you could say it resonates a little bit.
It is melancholy.
Yeah, that's sad ghoul.
Or scared.
Or that, yeah, I guess. I'm just gonna keep on behind Ardashir after, because basically just trying to do that quickly as we keep moving.
Through the door, you step into what presumably is a living room area. To the one side does look like there is a study area with a desk, some books, papers stacked very neatly The chair is turned and kind of tipped over. And then on the left-hand side of the room is a TV stand with a TV, one of those old, large, like 90s TVs that weigh like an absolute ton. Um, a recliner and a sofa, and on the sofa you can see, as Hank shines the light over, is the body of which Ardashir recognizes of a Mons ghoul.
Also, Hank is being, even though Hank doesn't have any idea about vampires, he does do his best to avoid shining his light on any other people present or any other individuals, because
I would like to see if this person is still alive. But I assume they are not.
As you get closer to it, you can definitely tell that they are not.
Are there any other ways out of this room?
The slight hallway leading back to where you can see an open door and then another open door to the side.
I am going to go and check the other way.
Thanks. Hank's gonna walk over to the dead person and do taste the blood with them to see if it's the same person. He's assuming, but can't be sure.
You can do that again.
We got 3 more successes.
It is the same person.
Okay. All right. Well, dang it, we've hit a dead end.
As you get towards the back room area, you can see the bathroom is opened on your right-hand side. Standard looking bathroom, nothing out of place there. The bedroom in the back is entirely in chaos. With furniture looks like it's been thrown around. There is some claw marks, it looks like, on the wall. The dresser's been upended. The bed is upended. It looks like there was an absolute fight in here.
Looking through the chaos, do I see anything unusual? Perhaps any signs? Some forms of communication?
Make me... We'll put this as wits in occult, or intelligence in occult.
Can it be resolved in a cult?
I can permit you resolve.
Oh, for real?
Yes. I will permit you resolve. Because
7
you are...
with a crit.
Perfect. See?
Can every roll just include resolve? Because I always seem to get a crit when I roll resolve.
Didn't you roll it with resolve already?
Yeah. Every roll from this point on just includes resolve.
No. I'm sorry, my friend. But with 7 with a crit, you, amidst the chaos, do see a couple of things that are highly unusual. Towards where the dresser was smashed against the wall, there is what looks like a scorch mark, which is a bit unusual this far underneath ground. On the upturned end of the bed, you can see what looks like some congealed blood, which, with your sense of smell, you're at what, hunger 1?
Mm-hmm.
Has a slight tang to it that you would recognize as being kindred in nature. The underneath of the bed has a symbol you saw in a warehouse carved into it underneath the bed. The alchemical symbol for salt.
Well, that's
1 second.
interesting. Is Hank close enough to see it too?
Yeah. Selima is sniffing around the room. Her fur on her back's kind of gone rigid a bit as she's focused on tracking.
Ardashir is going to pull out his phone and make a call to his sire. Well, not to his sire, to his sire's ghoul.
It rings exactly half of a ring before she picks up. You are on speakerphone.
She is not here. Her ghoul has fallen. I believe it was the serpent.
It is silent for a moment before you hear her go, understood.
Do you want me to bring his remains back?
Yes, please.
Ardashir will turn to Amir and he will tell Amir to start to gather the remains while he will go through the building to remove any obvious signs of kindred, living here, things like that.
Ardashir, of course, settles into, respectfully trying to grab like a blanket or something to like help wrap the remains a little bit to make it look a little bit more, perhaps look like a prop rather than an actual person's body. You are able to start collecting items within the downstairs basement area. You are able to grab everything off of her desk, as there is not only some occult writings, but you can see, looks like she was diagramming possible flesh crafting abilities she would like to try, which to your well-trained eye, you're looking at it kind of like, don't know if that's going to work. You are able to grab, underneath her desk, there is a locked box that you are also able to grab, that has a very stylistic dragon on it. And also in the upstairs area, on the very bottom of the mini fridge, you are able to grab 4 blood bags.
Okay. Is there anything that you need to take care of before we take you back?
Do you need help carrying any of this? Or
No.
doing any of this?
No.
All right. Well, it's your friend, so up to you. What's to be done here? So if you want me to go, I'll go. That's fine.
It is time for us to go. Ardashir will send a message to Aided and Cedric and Shadi to be careful. There may be dangers about.
Right.
Great.
We'll talk about
What'd
this
you
more in
stir
the
up?
car.
You do receive a message back from Cedric going, "What did you stir up?" Did you send it via text?
Yes.
Yeah. Just responding in voice because, the medium.
He does not respond.
Aiden eyes examines it curiously Well, does it respond and will rather wait until they meet in person to get further information. Hopefully, it's not the ministry boy cuckoo. That's what Ada is assuming. Because Ada has no idea about the salt revelation just yet. But Ada is at the moment assuming that it's the ministry decided they want to get back their bricks per se. But yeah, he just gives the thumbs up emoji and makes his way.
Let me make a roll for Amir to see how successful he is with getting this body out.
I'm gonna express to Artisher that I have some concerns that this may have some sort of connection to what we found at the docks. Although I'm sure Artisher has already made this connection.
You are likely correct, but it does not matter. They have taken something that did not belong to them, and they will have to pay the price for doing so.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. Do you think that the ministry folks that they were talking about earlier have some sort of connection, or perhaps this cult is this my long lost cult is rearing its ugly head again?
I do not know.
Well, let's find him and we'll put an end to him once and for all.
On that we agree.
Are we driving? I'm guessing we're probably driving off while this is happening because I wasn't going to have this conversation in the old busted up house where there may or may not be unknown entities lurking around and listening.
You guys can have already got in the car. Amir is able to put the body in the back without anybody seemingly giving a second glance. Salima is still off of her leash, but instead of like a certain three-legged papillon, she is not running off. But she is obediently standing next to Ardashir, occasionally putting her massive head against your leg, which really is your hip because she is very tall.
Alright, it is time to go. It would be better to not be out till too late. And I'll just will check around and see if there's anyone watching him, watching the place.
We will use your same roll from earlier. You don't see anybody. Everybody's just continuing to go as usual. But as you all get into the car, Amir loading the very, very large dog into the back of the car, this is where we will take our break because we have 2 more kindred tonight to get to see their fun stuff.
Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to our game of Vampire the Masquerade. Ari, I'll leave the narrative to you.
Well, Ardashir and Hank are on their way back to the casino, the court. Cedric, you were returning to your donut shop.
Yeah, that's right.
Since you were not here for our first session, could you please describe your donut shop?
It is a shop that sells donuts. Now let me. It is. It definitely looks kind of out of place with the native motif and architecture. It's definitely a newer building on the block. It's got gaudy awning and what's the cloth vinyl like material, whatever. But it definitely looks like a franchise property, and it's got some rustic touches to give the illusion of it being home owned. Like they've got like the hand carved wooden sign. They've got the not quite straight windows, things to give the populace the illusion that it's owned, it's family owned or small business owned and operated, but But those who keep track of food service, they know what it is.
Are you entering through the front, through the back?
We go through the back door. This my house. A donuts temporarily until it's under new management. That ain't me.
As you enter into your donut store through the back, make me a Wits and Awareness roll.
It has begun. Okay.
That's it. Nope. Nope.
2 successes.
You are surveying the back of your establishment. You notice that the crew that was here that was supposed to do closing forgot to take out the trash.
What do I pay him for? Cedric will, of course, gotta go with the role, but he's just gonna absentmindedly pick up. I'm assuming it's a full bin of trash with the liner in there, so he's bagging it up and getting bundles ready to walk out to the dumpster.
You are able to take it out. It is slightly humid tonight still. As you are like throwing it into the bin. Probably mentally cursing all of your employees under your breath. As you
I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired of being alone.
As you are putting it in the bin, and returning to your store, were your notes that you made your super secret donut recipe at?
For now, it would have been in the test kitchen area of the donut shop, locked in a special drawer that he has the key to.
Perfect. Your test kitchen, did you clean it before you leave? Is there still flour and all sorts of stuff still around?
Yeah, he would have cleaned it because he got the text message and it was more of a casual message for the meetup. So he would have been like, yeah, I got time to clean and make sure it's all organized and stuff like that. Don't get the 2 sugars mixed up.
Making a note of that. As you are able, when you go into it, everything appears to be exactly as you left it.
Well, if everything is exactly the way I left it, then let me do what I set out to do without making any precautions.
What are you doing?
It's great. He is going to just walk over to the test kitchen desk area and just unlock it and open the drawer, expecting the recipe to be there.
Can you make me a dexterity and athletics roll, please?
Yep, it was nice knowing you. Nice knowing y'all. Thank you for having me for my 1 session on ReeRoles. You'll probably see me, I don't know however many seasons later. Okay. I believe that is 3. Double checking. Yes, it is. Here we go.
You are able to rouse your blood to add an additional die to your pool if you would like.
I better do that. Let me roll rouse check then.
Wait, what is your blood potency at? 1 or 2?
I think it's only at 1. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only at 1, so no,
Okay.
I cannot.
Let me double check how many dots you can add.
It's 1.
Yeah, just the 1.
Second. Cool.
Here we go. Well, let me roll to rouse. Success. I don't get hungrier from doing it.
No, blood. You can add 2.
It's 2.
Oh, sweet.
It's
Okay.
2.
It's 2.
All right. Well, I don't get hungrier. All right. So that's going to up the pool to 5. Let's see how I do. Willpower, please. All right. 3 successes.
3 successes. As you pull the drawer open, you are able to dodge the snake that jumps out at you right as you open the drawer. It lands on the floor, coiled, in a circle. It is probably roughly about 4 feet long.
What the hell is a snake doing in here?
I keep forgetting you're not Aiden, so you don't know what type of snake.
Nah, nope, nope.
It kind of looks at you and just kind of starts slithering away.
Cedric will prioritize the recipe because that's what was in there. He is also picking up a chef's knife from the test kitchen
Mhm,
and some menial efforts of self-defense.
mhm, mhm. The recipe is exactly where you left it. It is a little crumpled because there was a snake laying on top of it, but still there
That,
in its entirety.
that was not there when I locked up. And yeah, with that, Cedric will now make another wits awareness check. Like he is looking around, and the Cedric way he knows how, like, how the hell did a 4-foot snake end up in my culinary drawer? And I locked it. So here we go again.
Make me a wits and awareness roll.
Yes, ma'am. That's another dice pool of 5. Yeah. 4 successes. Yay.
Four successes. As are you leaving the test kitchen? Where are you going within your establishment?
He is wielding the chef knife in his right hand and recipe in his side pocket and just kind of like slowly making his way back to his normal manager's office where the back door would also be, or
Mhm,
where the back door would be near.
mhm. Um, did you leave the back door open? Is it closed?
It was closed.
Perfect. You can see the snake. It is a 4 foot long snake that is black that has a slight white, um, almost looks like a stripe on its chin. Um, that is slithering towards your office.
You keep it going in there. Hey, yeah. Cedric is he ain't been embraced for that long, relatively speaking. So he's gonna have the more human reaction to shrink back, hold the knife out to protect himself instead of something supernatural. Let me get on it. So yeah, now he's whipping out the phone and he's texting Aiden.
Aiden, you get a text message from Cedric. Cedric, what does it say?
All right, what do you do when there's a 4-foot long black snake in your kitchen?
Aiden, I'm not sure if they were mid-drive or mid-pause, but they just stopped whatever they're doing. Even they're in the car, they just got kind of like squirrel to the side, and they just look at it for 4 seconds and just really realize that did they read what just thought they read? And they will first send a picture. I mean, they will first send a text that says, "Take a picture of what it looks like," so therefore they can have an idea of what the snake looks like.
He will, well, then Cedric will do the double shake with the one hand to get the quick reference for the camera and snap and
All right.
send.
All right.
Ursa, just make me a dexterity and craft roll. See how well you took the picture.
Oh, Ari.
Look here, your dexterity is still roused.
Cedric,
Okay.
you sending snake pics?
All right, normal dice pool would be 4, so it goes up to 6,
Yes.
I guess. All right.
Yes.
3 successes.
Yeah, you're able to get a picture of the snake.
Yippee.
Kira, you get a picture of what looks like a 4 foot snake with a little white line along its jaw.
I recognize the breed of what type of snake it is.
Let's do wits an animal, Ken.
All right.
Follow-up text to the photo. It's scraping at the door. It's scraping at the door.
Scraping at the door. As we just see. Wow. crit. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the crit.
You know that is what is referred to as an eastern racer snake. They are fairly common in America. They usually, from the size of it, that one looks to be a little young one, as they can get upwards of 60 inches in length, and that one is still very small. Um, they are not poisonous. Um, but it's not uncommon to see them in Louisiana. They're more prevalent in Florida.
Okay. You said they're
Big
more
Florida
prevalent.
energy in my shop.
They're more prevalent in Florida. They're not. You say they were uncommon or they're common in Louisiana?
They're common in Louisiana. So let me
Oh,
show.
okay.
I'll post a picture of what their territory essentially is.
Oh. So pretty much half of America. Okay. Yeah. So
I know some people might be afraid of snakes, but I will post this link in case anybody wants to go look at what they look like.
So Aiden was send a text back saying, give me the breed of snake, informing them that it's a very common snake in our area, and they're non-poisonous, so you would not have nothing to worry about in terms of removing them. Are they omnivores, carnivores?
It is a I believe it's an omnivore. You know that they usually tend to flee when, threatened. So it's judging by where it's slithering, it's probably making a beeline for wherever it thinks safety is.
Okay, yeah, they would send that message out and say if the best case scenario, if you want them to escape, is try to corral them because of your size. They are afraid of you, and so they can use your size to try to push them outside of the door.
That I can do.
Okay.
All right. Ari.
Mm-hmm.
Side question from the ignorant baby Vampire the Masquerade player. Though it is not animalism related, is it possible to mesmerize a snake? I just want to know.
Ooh, that's a good question.
In Memento, let me consult the tome, aka my cheat sheet of abilities.
We wait as Ari consults the tome.
I must consult the auguries.
You know what? I'ma say they have to be gazing into your eyes though, and it is very actively slithering towards your office.
All right. Well, Cedric will do the more human response. He will go after it and try to do as Aiden has instructed and big body it out of his shop.
Go ahead and
outta
make
here.
me a dexterity and athletic roll.
Oh boy. Dexterity still roused?
Yes.
That's a dice pool of 4 then. With 2 successes.
This snake seems to dodge you and pick up speed as it slithers under the crack in your door, into your office.
No more this the nice guy is getting shanked. If he can manage it, he's getting shanked.
It has already slithered under your door.
He's opening his door.
When you open the door, there is a tall man sitting at your desk, patiently waiting. Looks like he's just chilling there.
Is this someone Cedric recognizes?
Has Cedric ever seen Ismail?
Probably not.
Then you do not recognize him. He is a tall man, around 6 foot tall, darker complexion, slicked back black hair. As you are standing there in the door, you can see the snake um, disappearing behind the desk, and after a few moments, you can see its head pop up onto your desk, and as he reaches his hand down to let it slither up his arm.
Who are you? What's with the circus act?
Ah, right, I forget you're new to the city. I'm Ismail. I am the Ministry Council member for New Orleans. I believe you've been in contact with Renaud.
Yeah, he was giving me the hookup. You two related or something?
I'm his boss.
Ah, well, this is a good meeting or this is a not so good meeting. Slowly lowers the knife.
That depends, Mr. Donahue. Trying to replicate something of ours?
Well, little bit of science, a little bit of sprinkle, sprinkle. Your results may vary.
Interesting. And perhaps why are you interested in replicating something that we were giving you so freely?
Well, that which is freely given may not be freely given no more.
Exactly. Since you have replicated our recipe, I am inclined to let you keep it. But just know that you will no longer be getting anything from us.
It's a shame that we had to end this business arrangement, but I can understand.
Perfect. You see he stands with the snake like wrapped around his neck area. Well, Mr. Donahue, then this would conclude our meeting. I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.
After a scare like that, I'm gonna try to.
I assure you, there are no more snakes in your drawers.
I'm checking anyway.
Good evening, Mr. Donahue. And he kind of, if you're not blocking the way, he does walk out.
Nah, he ain't blocking the way.
He walks out past you.
He immediately gets on text with his sire. Ma'am, with all due respect, what the actual cut away?
Who are you texting?
He's texting Diamond.
You get a text back from Miss Dior of um it is roughly a paragraph in length of which you can see her continuing to type. The little bubbles are popping up as she's continuing to type. She just goes, yes, no, I got the message. Basically for the next 3 paragraphs that she texts you, she's asking you, why are you fucking with the ministry?
Ma'am, I promise I wasn't. They was just giving me a little something, and I thought I could replicate it. You know?
She leaves you on red.
Of course she does. Now she won't
Ah!
sign. Dang it! Knocks over something in the office.
You see another smaller snake slither.
I freaking know it.
Poor Cedric is now topsy-turvying his entire donut stand, looking for any more snakes, of which you do not find any more. We're going over to Aiden.
So Ada is making his way up to go visit his sire. He hasn't really got the chance to see them recently, and of course, he always likes to have, good quality time with the sire when he can. So, yeah, he makes his way back into the zoo, takes into account the snake aspect that Cedric saw as an image. Realizes there's probably also the ministry associated with that, because who else works with snakes? But along the same time, Cedric never really worked. Cedric didn't have any of the bricks, so I don't think Ada would have made a correlation of the ministry associated with his recipe. But he just keeps that in mind as like, why is the ministry clearly keeping an eye out on Cedric when he doesn't have any of the bricks? But yeah, he just makes his way over to visiting his sire.
As you open the door into would it be her office area?
Yes.
She has a what looks like a bouquet of flowers on her desk that are her favorite. They are lilies. She has a cup of tea sitting on a little cup holder on her desk as well. It looks like she is writing.
So Ada would gently open the door and see her preoccupied and say, "Oh, hi. How are you? How's everything going?"
Oh, it is going well. I have been uh doing a couple things behind the scenes for the gala. I have gotten our catering issue solved um finally. And it does look like I got a couple more names onto the list. Andy will be attending. I was able to convince her to attend. She doesn't normally like um fancy events, as she said, but I thought for our purposes, it could benefit her as well. Um, so far, that's the only other council member I was able to get. I've reached out to a couple more within the community as of large, but I haven't received any confirmations. Uh, uh, I did try Dr. Andrews just out of politeness, but there was something about something to do with children and that he had his hands full.
That is good to know. And you see Aiden take one of the seats that is in the office, kind of slides it over next to where her seat is at, and he like gently places like the back of his head against her shoulder. And then as he does so, he kind of looks over towards her direction and says, Did Eddie tell you about what we talked about not too long ago regarding
No,
the discovery?"
no, she didn't say anything.
There was we discovered an interesting item when trying to investigate a coterie mate's transformation,
Mm-hmm.
and their location had essentially a break of cocaine with a vial inside of it. That vial, I'm not sure what it was. It was of a dark grayish essence, which I have no idea what it was. But I did see Hank ingest a vial on his accord, and he was intoxicated in a way I didn't think was possible for most of us.
We're gonna walk it back a few steps. Um, you found a brick of cocaine
Yes.
with a vial that makes people high inside of it?
Our kind specifically.
What was in the vial?
I have no idea. I presented it to Andy to see if she knew herself, and unfortunately, she couldn't give any further information. She just stated that this was most likely the ministry's doing.
Oh, I guessed that from the cocaine. W- was it one brick, or are we talking multiple bricks?
There was multiple. I only took
Oh.
one. Yes. I only took I only took one myself, but upon discovering the location, who it belonged to, I immediately returned to Cinder as we did not want to have any further dealings.
No, good job on that. No,
Yes.
that is perfect. Okay, so how many bricks are we talking?
There was 3 that we saw in total. I took one, and then
And return to sender.
yes, the other 2 was taken by our coterie mates. Hank ingested it, so that version is gone. And the other one, I'm not certain what they've done with it. So, we shall see.
Okay. So describe your vial, and maybe I could piece something together, cause I'm very confused.
Yes, my vial was in this dark gray liquid, which I think looked a little bit different from the version that Hank had. Wait, was I able to see Hank's color? The color
Yeah.
of his lip?
Yes,
Okay,
it looked just like normal blood.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Hank's looked like standard blood. It looked very different from the one that I had. Mine's looked like ectoplasm in a way. It looks weird.
Making a roll for her real quick. You see she pauses for a moment. Did it look like Jello?
Yes.
That's weird. And Hank's vial made him high?
Oh, yes. He had no iris after he ingested it. It was all pupils. And safe to say, he only ingested a little bit of it. And he was on a different stratosphere, to be frank. So who knows what would have happened if he would have ingested the entire thing. And he is Duskborn, so I mean, I'm not sure how much it would correlate, but the fact that only a drip of that liquid caused for him to be at such a degree for such a long period of time, I don't think it was normal.
No, that certainly doesn't sound normal. Your vial was returned with the giant brick of cocaine.
Yes, I had no interest in that at all. To be honest, the only reason we went there was to try to investigate this cult, per se, that may have been involved in Hank's transformation. Because Hank is unaware of who his sire actually is. We saw some unique symbols. And Ada will present the pictures that he took of the location, showing all of the alchemy signs, the salt, the sulfur, the prime content and such.
You see, she looks it all over again, kind of nods and hands you your phone back. Well, surmising, your vial probably contained, what is known as ectoplasm, from a wraith.
Excuse me?
You
What
see
is
for a
that?
moment, like, her eyes go completely, like, white as she's looking around the room. Oh, okay, we don't have any here. So you returned, good that you returned it. Well, Hanks, given that he's Dustborn, I can't quite, determine just because, I don't know. I know they're a little different from us. So it could have just been some really heavily laden blood with some really bad drugs inside of it, or I'll have to poke around on that one. Because I'm not sure with with Duskborn. They're all different.
Yeah, that's
And them not knowing their sire, that does happen at times, unfortunately. Um, but these symbols, is it a warehouse?
yes, indeed.
Where?
The warehouse where the raid took place. It belongs to the ministry now. I talked to Andy, and Andy was unaware. Andy knew of the symbols, but was unaware of what transpired around that time frame.
Oh, yeah, no, she wasn't embraced during that time period.
Yeah, she said her sire may have been.
Oh, Deirdre.
Yes.
Probably Deirdre's been here in the city for 15 years at this period of time, so she probably knows, especially if it's Duskborn business. I briefly remember the raid, but
Can you tell me about it? What happened?
oh, well, I can just tell you what the newspaper said. Cause I don't have any contacts with the police. Basically, there was a cult that was going around kidnapping people, and it wasn't very good. So some of them are no longer with us. But I guess they followed it to this warehouse, and I guess they did a raid on it, but the raid went poorly. Um, that's all I really heard. I didn't even know it had anything to do with Duskborn until she gestures to your phone.
So this is relatively dangerous.
Depending. I mean, I don't know fully what they're doing. I can ask Deirdre, or you can go talk to her. I mean, she works at Purple Haze.
From those that were missing, were any of them our kind, or were they only mortals?
There was a couple of our kind in there, mostly younger kindred, a couple of fledglings, and I think a couple of neonates. Nobody higher than that. Because any of the older ones, they're well adept at fending people off. It did cause a ruckus during that time period. I just remember the council at the time was telling us all to lay low. Something to do with the federal government being a little too interested in all the goings on. So we had to lay low for like a good 6 months.
Ooh, I see. In that case, what is your recommendation on this? Should I continue to pursue, or would this put too many eyes on us?
Normally I would advise that it would put too many eyes on us, but if there is a group out there kidnapping people, we should protect people. Just be cautious about it. And particularly if this involves your coterie mate. We don't want to leave them in a lurch or anything like that.
Aiden nods, and then recalls looking at the text that he received from Adrashir and says, "Strange, Adrashir dare give a warning to be cautious." What was the exact text say, Ree? I forgot.
To be careful. something dangerous is about.
Okay, yeah, they would. Yeah, so they will essentially read that verbatim from the tweet. It says, "It seems like things are stepping up. I'm not sure if this is associated with that cult or if it's something else entirely, but the fact that this warning was just given while I was making my way here and shortly after our discovery of what we unravel, I'm afraid things might be picking back up." And you see him kind of like snuggle a little deeper against her shoulder.
She puts her head against yours for a moment, kind of like sighs a little heavier. He didn't give you any more information than that?
No, he's not really the type to share unless it's of extreme importance. He says knowledge and information is usually reserved, and so hopefully I should get more information in the future, but he's very cautious with what words he gives.
He must be older than they tend to do that. Well, be cautious. Keep your eyes open. Do your best to protect people. But if it is too dangerous, you're welcome to come back here, and we'll be careful.
Ada nods, but it goes quiet after that, and then kind of just like rest there for a bit.
She sits there for a few moments before you see her phone ding, and she kind of like looks at it. Oh, voicemail's coming.
Now?
No, to the gala.
Good to know. Have you dealt with him recently, or is this new?
Oh, we talk every once in a while. I tend to stay out of his business because don't want the cops pestering around. Mostly Jacob tends to be my main counsel. Go through besides Andy. He's a little easier to get a hold of and also deal with.
What do you all do, by the way? I see you all interact a lot, and I think he was one of the first individuals to join the gala.
Oh, Jacob's a good friend. He was very warm and welcoming when I first came into the city. We often talk about art, and he's got a really fantastic old book collection, left over from like his grandsire or something, and he lets me read through it. It's very interesting.
I would like to wits and insight if I
You can wits and insight.
do I get any extra benefits for the relationship?
You can add a die.
Okay, Cooper. Yay! You said wits and insight?
Yes, wits and insight.
Okay, nice. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes it 4 successes.
As she's talking, you can see a slight flush on her cheeks. It's most noticeable on the tops of her ears if you happen to look up at her ear. But yeah, she kind of just starts to talk about like the books she's read, a few of his like grandsires like journals were in there, some like papers of like when the Camarilla first came to New Orleans, like he has those. Just what she's like, it's very interesting for like historical context, particularly with us, because we normally don't keep too good of a record on things just because of since the Inquisition and everything. But very interesting readings. If you're interested in kindred history, I could ask him.
No, it's fine. I was just a bit curious. You know, perhaps he may wish to enjoy a bit further. We shall see. By the way, one last thing, because I do know I probably should get going and investigate what's happening with this group. Has there been any further discovery regarding or any new books? Because you were asking about his collection, which maybe he may look into this area, but may not. Has he revealed any books regarding the road to Golconda by chance?
No, that's what I was looking through. Seems like all old roses are either interested in their own writings, other people's gossipy writings, art history. Weirdly, some Nodist stuff is in there too, and it's a bit weird because I would never peg him for being interested in Nodism. No, nothing on Golconda. I'm still digging through it again. It's a mess.
Well, before I go, can we spend some time? You can read me some of your stuff that you have already.
He doesn't let me take it from the building.
No, I mean any content that you have. I would love to listen.
But I have been reading a very interesting mystery novel. You see, she pulls it out of her desk drawer. But with that is where we will end tonight's session. With unless Artishir, there was something else you wanted to do.
I'm gonna try to figure out why I get violence and they get buddy cop episodes. What is with this?
Look here. It's because you were a big bad Zabitsi and you can handle it.
This is bias.
This is where we're ending tonight's episode.
Did he really just say it's biased on his own channel? I can't.
Look here, work up and you might be able to get the dog.
What the dog
All
doing?
right. Well, with that, our
Who let the
Vampire
dogs out?
Masquerade, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle has come to its end for tonight. So I will go ahead and let these lovely people tell you where you can find them all over the internet. And we will start with Sir Monolith.
Pretty much just here. Yeah, that's where you can find me on the internet. I'm not super active on social media, so just come here and look for trouble.
All right, Earthshaker.
Well, I'm gonna be back up in here. Gonna try and pretend like I'm not, but I will. So first, you can find me back here on ReeRoles. I have been running several different streams lately, so I'm honestly all over the place on different Twitch channels. I ain't gonna shout them all out, even though I love them. It's just gonna take too much time. I will post a description sometime, make one of them fancy websites or something or other. But you can find me on YouTube as well, where I be making the bad music, but I haven't been doing it lately. But I will when things slow down for me. That's all from me. Reese, stop being a hater where my Cheetos at.
Kira, your turn.
Hi, well, I'm Kira A58. This has been an absolute blast. I like the fact that they did have chaos ensued, and I'm just over here having just a great time, just chit chatting. In terms of content, you can be able to find all of our stuff. Just located on. Well, no, actually, I'm not on Twitter anymore because Twitter is going to hell. You can find me on Blue Sky. Under Kira A58. In terms of things that's happening, and for any of those that are attending WonderCon, make sure to stop by booth 1320, as I will be debuting our first comic book series, Rise in the Nephilim, at WonderCon, and our comic book company, Snowstorm Comics. We're super excited about that. It's our first time releasing our comic book series and our first time hosting a booth at a comic book convention. So all in all, just a brand new experience that we're about to enjoy. But for those who can't be able to attend WonderCon, fear not, because we're also having a website that's going to be released where you can be able to purchase it from our store, and that website should actually be available starting from next week. So, many things to come. We're super excited. A lot of things in store. But yeah, just keep an eye out. You can actually, if you want to keep an eye out on stuff that's coming out for our comic book company, you can follow us on Instagram via Snowstorm Comics. And yeah, that's me.
All right, Ari, it's your turn.
Hi, I am Ari. I too will be at WonderCon with Kira, helping out with the booth at Snowstorm Comics. So if you wanna come and say hi, definitely feel free to do so. We will be there having a good time, and you can also check out a really marvelous comic from an up and coming comic company. But I am found on Twitter still, even though I don't really use it anymore. I am at Small Shadow Snack on the Twitters, but I am also over on Blue Sky because it is less traumatizing to be over there. At Aurelia Crane. So yeah, come check out all the awesome memes that I post.
Sure. All right. So, but some information about the channel. We will not be streaming next week, as some of our people will be over doing the Comic-Con thing. So you just
So you
want to
just
check them
go
out.
usurp me after I said I'm gonna be here? Okay, Reed. I see how it is. I
I
see
mean,
how it
you
is.
can be here, but you are welcome to be here. But the rest of us won't be here. If you wish to continue the wonderful game of Vampire the Masquerade, then go and check out McStabber Studios, where I am playing a high humanity Giovanni doing his best to survive in the harsh, war-torn streets of Kansas City. I believe that's all for this week. So I thank you for checking us out, and be sure to join us in 2 weeks as we continue our story.